I'm setting an example for my kids.
I got me a side hustle.
I have more control of my destiny.
I need multiple streams of income.
It's hard work, but I'm working for me.
A job is cool, but I need more.
It's all about being self-employed. You're tuned into the world of Self-Employed and Rising with Art Taylor, where we bring you the amazing stories of people who are challenging the odds and following their dreams of self-employment. Learn from their successes and be inspired. Hear creative ideas for your business and find tips to take your hustle to another level. Well, welcome to our show, Self-Employed and Rising. I'm Art Taylor, your host, and with me today is a very special guest because she is my wife, Yolanda Taylor. We call her Yo. And my wife, Yolanda, has just started an amazing new business that we want to talk with you about on the show today. And it's all about styling so that people can get the most out of their articles, their clothing articles, to improve their lifestyles, to improve the way they feel when they go out. And Yolanda is an expert at this and has a deep passion for helping people get the most out of their wardrobes. And you're going to see through this interview today just what that passion means for anyone who turns out to be one of her clients. So, Yolanda, welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Well, let's jump right in. First of all, let's talk about where this interest in styling and wardrobe came from for you.
Well, as an awkward teenager, I found style and fashion through flipping through an Ebony magazine. I was not a very talented person as far as having athletic skills, but I was tall and kind of awkward. So when I went into the library and I found this Ebony Fashion Fair, Ebony magazine, in the back was the Fashion Fair models. They looked so gorgeous, and I couldn't get enough. I was just transfixed. And after that, I spent my allowance. I spent on fashion magazines. I gobbled it all up, and I really just studied, just self-studied, and just really had a passion for it to the point like I was dressing like the teachers at school. And because that's where I spent all my money. So after that, just of course working in retail because I loved it, and then just continuing helping other people because then my friends and other people were asking me, well, how do you do this? Can you help me put this together? Or help me do this or put this together? So it just became a hobby and a passion. And in the last couple years, I decided that I would take this passion and convert it into a business.
Well, that's awesome. And it just shows you how opposites attract. I am the least likely person to dig into a wardrobe, and I tend to wear pretty much the same thing all the time. And I guess that's part of what your business is all about, right? I know there's data that points out that people probably don't use much of what's in their closet.
It's crazy. Um, a 2018 study by Fashion United says that Americans only wear 28% of what's in their closet. So 88% of what's in your closet or 82% what's in your closet, you're not even wearing. You're only wearing 28, you're only wearing like 28% and 82% is just like chilling in your closet. Like you're not even using. It's crazy and you don't really think about it. But how many times you walk in your closet and you go, "Oh, I have nothing to wear," and the closet's like bulging. You got all this stuff, but you just never wear. You keep wearing the same things over and over, and that's very typical. But but 80 over 80%, that's wild
Yeah.
when you think about it.
So how are we accumulating all this stuff? Where's it coming from? How do we end up with all the stuff in the closet that we don't use?
People collect clothes just because you're out, you're shopping, you may go into the store for one thing and then you come out with like loads of other things that you didn't even think about buying. Sometimes clothes can be an impulse buy. You think that you want it. Or during COVID, not that I did this, but how many boxes came to your home because you're like shopping online and you're buying all this stuff on top of everything else because clothes can be delivered to you. You can get clothes delivered in boxes that fit your style that you're still not wearing. There's just all sorts of things how that happens. And we hang on to things. We hang on to things because we think we're going to get back into that size. And so we're clutching on. And it's not that you can't, but odds are you're super busy and you just don't have time to really focus solely on, doing the diet and exercise thing to really get down to like 3 and 4 sizes. I mean, I've worked with clients who have had clothes 4 or 5 different sizes still in their closet because they're just kind of not ready to let go. And we have to get ourselves too.
So change in body type and body size is a big factor. Otherwise, I guess it's also just going out and finding things to do, and we end up in a store buying things. Is that a lot of it too, or sometimes we hear about things on sale, I guess, and we just go buy them and we get them home and we decide they aren't quite what we had in mind.
Yes, that's pretty typical. Something's on sale and you decide, "Oh, I'm going to get it." Or many people will buy things and say, "Oh, I'm going to get this because I know I'm going to lose the weight to get back into that." So they will buy things that are the smaller size or smaller sizes with the hopes they're going to get into it. And they'll hang on to them for like years, even waiting.
Well, it strikes me that people spend a lot of time trying to get the clothing that they want. And what do you do once you have it? Do you actually wear it? What you're basically saying is people have clothes in their closets that they probably haven't even worn in many cases, but yet they've spent a lot of time finding or identifying that item. And what a waste, right? I mean, you're wasting time looking for an item, and then when you get it, you don't even wear it. So you've wasted time and money. And what if the item isn't of a quality that you want, right? Sometimes it's maybe it looks good, but it's not really well put together, not really well made.
Well, helping people shop for clothes that I can help set them up with grab and go style, help them with completed looks. And how I do that is, again, working with them to make sure that they are buying clothes, that I shop for them for clothes that I know are going to fit, they're going to ebb and flow with their weight, that they're going to look good in it, whether they are a larger size or not. So many times I have clients who say to me, I have to lose weight before I hire you, or I have to lose weight before we buy anything else. No, you look good just the way you are. There are millions of designers out there, clothing lines that you can look good at any size, right where you are. The size where you are, you can still look good.
So Yolanda, let me
And we
ask you
want,
about. I know I want to talk over you, but let me ask you about because this is bringing up a question about the vision that you have for your business. What is it that you want to see happen in the world as a result of what you're doing?
well, right now I envision a world where the luxury experience of wardrobe styling is available and accessible. Many times people think, oh, it's only for celebrities. No, you work hard, you're bossing up, you're busy. It is something that is affordable. And I would argue a big important part of your self care. You hire hair salon, you go to the hair salon, you hire people to clean your house, you hire people to do these services for you to help you reclaim time in your life that you need. So that's what I envision, a world where people really understand that wardrobe, the luxury experience of styling is available and accessible to those, particularly. I'm really for the people who, I work for people who understand how important their appearance are, how they have to show up. They want to make sure that they show up correctly. They want to update their look. They want to use their updated look as a way to up level their business as well. So many of my clients are people who are looking to update and up level their style and presentation, and also to cut out the amount of time they have to spend in thinking about it, worrying about it, and not being organized for grabbing those style to look good and get right out the door.
Well, you make up a really good point here, which is that a lot of times we think of the business of stylist. I mean, and in fact, when you told me you wanted to do this as a business, I was thinking, so we got to go out and find a whole bunch of celebrities for you to style because that's the only people who use that service. But what you're basically saying is that no, it's available to everyone, and we need to think differently about the work that you do because it's personal and self care. And I know that there's a lot going on in the self care industry. I know it's expected to continue to grow, particularly as we come out of COVID. So, talk a little bit more about who your target audience is for your services.
So my target market or avatar, industry speak, is someone who is busy, someone who is running a business. Many of my clients are people who are going to be someone who may be working a job, they have a powerful career, and or they have a powerful career and decided to start their own business. They are in transition. They're in life transition, or they're leveling up, or it's the woman who is sitting in that meeting with 100% of the information but isn't getting noticed. She's the invisible woman who wants to level up her style so she gets noticed. And when she walks in the room, she looks like, I know 100% of the information. You want to hear from me, you want to talk to me because I know my stuff. So when I work with you, my goal is to make you look like the powerhouse boss babe that you are, the boss lady that you are. So that's what my goal is, to make you look powerful and confident, updated, sophisticated, and ready to up level your business.
Wow, wonderful. Well, I noticed too that you have a real passion for this. It for you is more than simply a business. It's kind of a mission in some ways because of the values that you bring to this personally. And I would like for you to talk to some extent about the values that you will imbue in your business.
Well, my value is my values are all about family and time. I want you to reclaim your time because you are a boss lady. Women are amazing. I've been meeting some amazing women. And they just, we do it all. We do it all. We take care of everybody, everything. You're running a business. We are like just like super sheroes when it comes to multitasking. So we're doing everything. So my goal and my values are, I want to help you have more time with your family and your friends. And every moment you have with them is precious. So that's a part of my values. Also, making sure that you have that I exceed your expectations. I'm always going to give you more than you expected. And I come from a background of customer service, being a retired flight attendant for 31 years. I know what first class service is. I retired from a first class company, and so I know what it's like to deliver that kind of service, and I'm proud of that, and I want to deliver that to my clients. I also want you to know that I am not just a wardrobe strategist, someone helping you organize your lifestyle, your wardrobe with your lifestyle, but also I'm a friend. I'm somebody that you can, count on to make sure that, yeah, I'm doing this because I care about you. And lastly, about the environment. Sustainability is so important to me. It's a big value. Um, it's a big part of my values, and making sure that the clothes are consigned so you can make money and save money, because the relove industry is huge. And not just because it's huge, it's just that right now everybody's really conscious about taking care of the planet. And we can do this by consigning the clothes. We can set up sip, swap, and shop parties and women trash or treasure parties, whatever you want to call it. But they're a lot of fun. They're great ways for you to sell your clothes and get some ROI back on that, 82% of clothing sitting in your closet. Also, the donating part. I want to make sure that we find nonprofits that are going to make sure that those clothes get to the people who really need them to enrich the lives of others. So those are my values. Those are the things that are important to me, and that's why I'm in business.
Well, one of the things that I want you to pick up on from what you said is this idea of aligning your wardrobe with your current lifestyle. So what strikes me that you're also dealing with people who are in transition in some ways. Is that true?
So aligning your style with your lifestyle, okay? You're in transition. If you're a person, especially if you're a person coming from corporate and you decided, I'm going to start this health and wellness business, you don't need a closet full of suits. But there might be someone who's younger who might need your suits because they're going for interviews. So we can sell those suits and then think about building your wardrobe around your new business, where you can be a little more creative, and your clothes need to reflect who you are now. So you have your clothes that fit your current lifestyle, but we need to prepare for your future lifestyle. And that is as you're building your business in whatever your next industry is going to be. Like I said, it could be health and wellness. That is not the same as, you know, working for JP Morgan so it's different. It's a different culture, and you want to express yourself. You want to be in a place where you're ready to express your individuality. And I also, when I'm helping you align your style, it's around you and what you tend to like for yourself, how you like to look. I'm not here to change who you are. Your individuality needs to shine through. I'm not here to make mini me's and tell you that, oh, you should wear more black. No, excuse me. I'm here to tell you that if you like color, let's do color. Let's just update the styles of the color. Let's update let's update the sizes of those colors. Let's make sure that you're presenting yourself in the way you want to in those colors. And you feel good and you feel fantastic. And no matter what your size goes up and down, you know you can wear that dress. That's how we align your wardrobe with your lifestyle, your current and future lifestyle. Because part of your future is also the up and downs with weight, up and down. And because with life, you have kids, then you don't have kids, and then there are all sorts of reasons why you need to be flexible. And I'm here to help you align those two things.
So you also talk a lot about making sure that your customers feel that they're getting taken care of. And so much of what you're doing really feels like helping people get past certain emotional issues. I know you've mentioned to me that certain of your clients have gone through health issues. Their self-esteem has been lowered as a result of that. They look at how they used to be able to dress and they lament that they're not quite looking that way now. How do you help them emotionally get through some of that as you get into their closets in particular? I know a lot of stories must come out as a result of visits that you have in people's closets, and I guess it can get pretty emotional.
Well, number one, I am your biggest cheerleader because my goal is to make sure that you feel like $1,000,000 when you get dressed. So I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader, support system when it comes to that part.
Okay, so look, we're going to take a brief break. And when we come back, we're going to get into a bit more of that and also talk about building a business and what you're going through, just getting your business off the ground. We'll be right back.
Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style.
I'm Charles Meriday, and I'm in the restaurant business. In my 20 years as a chef and restaurant owner, I've been able to work and eat in some of the great kitchens around the globe. There's a whole side of the restaurant that most people will never get to see. So now, I want to take you to the back of the house, into kitchens of some of the best chefs in the world. Along the way, I'll share some of my own tips and recipes so you can cook like a pro too. So join me in the back of the house for a whole new perspective on cooking and food. Order in. Roger. Serve it, please.
Bonaparte Club.
I'm glad that you came, please.
setting an example for my kids.
I got me a side hustle.
I have more control of my destiny.
I need multiple streams of income.
It's hard work, but I'm working for me.
A job is cool, but I need more.
It's all about being self-employed. You're tuned into the world of Self-Employed and Rising with Art Taylor, where we bring you the amazing stories of people who are challenging the odds and following their dreams of self-employment. Learn from their successes and be inspired. Hear creative ideas for your business and find tips to take your hustle to another level. Welcome back to our show. This is Self-Employed and Rising. I'm Art Taylor, your host. And my guest today is Yo Taylor, my wife, and the CEO of At the Style Table, which is a consultancy that works with clients to update their wardrobes and to make sure that they're getting the most out of their clothing items. Yolanda, welcome back to the show. Before the break, we are talking about some of the things you do to give your clients that extra self-care that they need and some of the emotional issues that come up when you're in someone's closet helping them get through their items. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, that's when the magic happens. That's what I call closet therapy, because there are so many reasons why we hang on to clothes. There are clothes that are things have happened to us where, you might be somebody who just are surviving breast cancer. You might be somebody who just lost a parent and you're still hanging on to those clothes. So those are things when my skills, like I said, coming from a background of being a international flight attendant, I've come across so many people. So I know how to deal with situations that come up and handle delicate conversations, because people will, at that moment, I might be the person they feel most comfortable in talking to. I want people to understand that they can trust me with that, because style is very personal. And there are reasons why they don't wear a certain cut of this or an angle or a particular type of thing. I mean, there was even someone who had a problem with wearing a certain type of heel because they were in a car accident based on that shoe. And it was traumatic. So I couldn't just push and push. Oh, you need to wear, that's not, I'm here to listen to you and respect what your needs are and really listen to you, because I do care. Because listen, we all have issues. We all have reasons why we won't wear this or we can't wear that, and be respectful of that. And I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to make sure that you feel fabulous, remind you of the boss babe that you are, remind you everything that you give back to everyone, including the community. These women do so many amazing things and they should be appreciated, and I should be a positive influence. And plus, we're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time because I like to have fun. I'm enjoying what I do. And I like to share that happiness and that fun and that listening ear and kindness and respect, most importantly, of what your needs are and what your wants are. Because I'm a consumer too. I'm a client of other services as well. And I want that same type of service. I want that same friendly, helpful, concerned, and supportive person who's providing me that service.
Well, I know it's true. Everyone who knows you would say that you're among the most caring people that they'll ever come across, almost to a fault in some cases. And I just also have to remind people that while this service is accessible, It's not cheap, right? It's not a cheap service, but it is something that someone could afford. You were mentioning before that people go to their hairstylists and people get their nails and feet done, which is great and very affordable. And yet, I think your service is also going to be equally affordable, right? That's also an important element of what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. It is affordable. It is affordable. It's not as overwhelming as you think. And so, and also when you think about it and you break it down, it is affordable. You're already paying for services that give you more time. I'm here, my services help you with things like when you're out and you know you have, oh my God, I've got this flight at 6 in the morning and you're doing everything and you haven't even packed. You look up, it's 10 o'clock, you haven't even packed. I make it so all you have to do is look on your phone. Okay, this is my travel wardrobe. Okay. And so you just put those things in your suitcase. You don't have to wander through the other 80% of the clothes you never wear, trying to figure out what to throw in that suitcase. I can have you organized down to your swim goggles for your vacation. So that is also time I'm giving back to you. And that's part of that. And that's why it's valuable. That's the valuable part of it. You don't have time. I've most of the women I'm working with hate to shop. Now, personally, I can't imagine that because I love to shop. But let me do that for you. Let me do that for you because I love it.
Well, there's the love of it, there's the time saving aspect of it, but there's
Yes.
also you're good at it. And so I always think about it
Yes.
in terms of, yeah, I could get out there and cut my own lawn, or you could probably cut your own hair, or you could probably style yourself too. But look how much longer it's going to take you compared to someone who does it all the time. You're going to know
Exactly.
where the best places are to shop. You're going to be able to size up a person and know exactly where to look for the items that they
Mhm.
need. You're going to be able to compare one client's needs to another and save them so much time because you've already gone through it before, and you can make it happen so much more quickly and so much more effectively. That's the way I think about it. Yeah, I could cut my own lawn, but when I look at the way the pros cut it, there's no comparison.
Right.
And I think about the amount of time it takes me to do that. I don't want to do it. I'd much rather do something else. I'd rather be on a golf course or somewhere. So, that's the big difference that I see. And it's so much, as you say, about self-care. We need to, especially in this environment, take care of ourselves, spend more time with family and friends who really matter. Because as we've seen with this pandemic, we don't have the time sometimes that we think we have.
Right.
Life isn't assured and guaranteed, and so we need to make sure we do that. Yolanda, listen, let me ask you, on the business side though, um, how has it been launching a business, particularly during the pandemic? I know this has been something that you've been working on now for a couple of years. And I know you've had some ups and downs with it. How's it going? And what have you learned so far in your journey?
Well, the main thing I learned is that you've got to keep going, even when the pandemic, because I was a person who was physically in someone's closet to having to do everything virtually. So that was a change. So I had to up my skills on the computer and all these different virtual platforms. I actually learned about great platforms to help me deliver my service, which is exciting. I also just, I have met so many amazing women, and they've come into my life and we've helped each other. I met and connected with women who, frankly, helped me get my own show because they met me. We're networking. So I'm doing a lot of networking that has been tremendous. I mean, these women that I met through networking and connecting and just talking to people, man, they took my business from zero. Like it was slowed down from COVID and then it started slowly picking up. So I was going at like about, because I'm still trying to figure how to make that adjustment from being in the closet all the time to doing things virtually. They push the pedal to the metal. And so my business is going crazy. Everything is coming at me fast. I'm learning so much, but I'm still in what you call the messy part where you're still learning and you're networking and you're promoting. So that part I have to get used to because believe it or not, I was not the one. I had to take pictures. I was always the person in the back of the group, hiding. And now I have to take all these pictures and do things that I'm not comfortable with. I'm not pushing myself to do things that I'm uncomfortable doing, which is being out and interviewed like right now. That I have to push through until I get better at it. And I feel like I'm getting better and better and better. And I feel like I'm getting stronger and more confident in that part. I'm very confident in shopping and taking care of helping my clients. Oh yeah, I got that part. It's all these other things that I'm learning and networking with, doing things out of my comfort zone. So
Yeah.
that's the part, and I'm really excited. I'm feeling really confident, and also I'm appreciating what I have. I'm appreciating that I now am retired, but I'm actually doing something I love and I'm passionate about. So I feel really blessed as well.
Well, I know some people are going to want to know what it's like to be a female business owner in particular, given the female stereotypes that we have in our society, and also manage your role as a wife and a mother and a grandmother and a friend too. How has all that worked out for you? Oh, also, I should mention a caregiver for my father-in-law, your dad.
Well, it is time management because I've had to, since everything is accelerated, I have to work with time management because I'm so used to, again, honing in from my skills as a flight attendant when you have like 100 hands up or everybody ringing their call bell. I need this, I need that. So my life is kind of like that right now, but it's just in my house. So it's just, it's a blessing to have such a supportive team. You're a part of that team. And I really, really appreciate and love you for that. And trying to take care of my dad, who is now, he sees what I'm doing. People around you see what you're doing, then they start doing things to help themselves, to help support you in what you're trying to do. He was down there working out today.
That's awesome.
So,
So, what do you see as the potential for this business? Where do you think it can go? How big can
oh
this
my
get?
gosh, I see tremendous potential. Um, Wardrobe styling is one of the fastest growing businesses for women, startups for women. So I see tremendous opportunities for different avenues. There's so many different types of stylists out there. There's stylists that just style for photo shoots. There are stylists that style just for people who need headshots or for people who have television shows. And there's so many different ways that you can specialize and you can get out there and start your own business. There are so many, there's larger ways to do it, which I'm working on that now. So I'm going to hold my powder on talking about that now until I get that honed in. But yes, I see it becoming something that is accessible enough to where it's almost like turnkey, where people can have their own business doing this and be successful
Now, you
doing it.
mentioned that your business tends to focus on women after 40, but I would imagine that you're also seeing that younger professional women have this need also. And even maybe some who aren't professional, who just want to look good and don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing it. I think about younger people who are in the dating phase right now who want to make sure they look good on that date. Now, I know recently you styled one of your clients for a particular date, which I thought was fascinating. She wanted to look good for this date that she was about to go out on. But it seems that younger people, and not only younger people, I guess, older people too, who are maybe heading into their next relationship, maybe they've gotten divorced and they're getting out into the dating world again, and they want to make sure that they're looking good when they go out on their dates and when they connect with their new boo, so to speak. I see you also helping with them, right?
Yeah, I do. It's People hire me for a variety of reasons, and sometimes they're hiring me for it starts out as for one thing, and then I end up working with them and end up in different areas. Like they have different needs. We might start out with me working as someone who's getting your closet ready, editing your closet, your wardrobe. And then the next thing, then we're working regularly. We're working on what their clients that I perform ongoing service with, where we're getting them prepared for conventions, for dates, for whatever their next event is. I'm working with women in those capacities. I do get younger people because a whopping 78% of millennials and Gen Zers are more interested in experiences than they are just having that designer handbag. They're more interested in the experience. Also, we're on social media. Everybody's on social media, and everybody wants to look good on social media. So people are doing all their TikTok videos and and they're on uh, Facebook, the Reels, all this, and everybody wants to look good. So that's all a part of their brand, their look. So it's a lot. It's still that experience as well, but they also want to look good.
Yeah. So, on that question of experience, is the experience having you style them or work with them to pare down their closets or their wardrobe to get the right things in? Is that the experience that we're talking about? Because I know that it doesn't necessarily show up in this interview the way it does when people really know you, but you are hilarious to work with. I mean, you're just fun and funny, and anybody who knows you sees that immediately. But is it that experience that you bring to someone? I mean, it's not like, you're coming into someone's house and you're going to be this bland, dry, no connected person.
No,
I mean, you're going to actually create
no,
an experience
we've
for
got to
them when you
have
go through that
fun.
closet, I guess, right?
Right. I mean, first off, you don't want to go through your closet. You're just like, ugh.
Right.
So the last thing you want to do is be in the closet, like, more suffering and pay. So when I come in, we're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh. We're going to look at clothes. And so many times I'm working with clients, I'm like, why'd you buy this? And we're just cracking up. And we realize that we're just spending money on clothes that we don't need. And that's why we have, over 80% of our closet full of clothes we're not, because we're like, why did I buy that? But then you hang it back up. So when I come in, we're going to laugh about the fact that I'm carrying all these clothes out with me because they have to leave with me, because if they don't, you'll put them back in the closet. So we crack up, and we laugh and we have fun. And I want it to be a lighthearted experience. I want you to have fun. I want you to just really want to be a part of it while I'm there.
Well, real quick before we have to sign off the show, I wanted to just get real quickly into this concept you have called Sip, Swap, and Shop, and we got about 15 seconds to describe it.
Sip, Swap, and Shop is just a party where women exchange, swap clothes, or sell them. I had a client who sold $700 worth of clothes at a Sip, Swap, and Shop party. Trash or treasure, whatever you want to call it. They are a lot of fun. It's a great way to help the planet and make money, save money, and enrich the lives of others.
Well, yo, I am so proud of you. Let me just start by saying that, because I also know
Thank
that doing these kinds of interviews for you are not the most favorite thing that you like to do, but you're great at it. And I'm looking forward to what you're going to do with this business. It's just so exciting for our family. And I also want to remind people that you have your own show that comes on right after this one. It's called Yo at the Style Table. So make sure you tune in for her show. And for all of our listeners and viewers, I hope you tune into our show, Self-Employed and Rising, next week, next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. I'm setting an example for my kids.
I got me a side hustle.
I have more control of my destiny.
I need multiple streams of income.
It's hard work, but I'm working for me.
A job is cool, but I need more.
It's all about being self-employed. You're tuned into the world of Self-Employed and Rising with Art Taylor, where we bring you the amazing stories of people who are challenging the odds and following their dreams of self-employment. Learn from their successes and be inspired. Hear creative ideas for your business and find tips to take your hustle to another level.